People who work in film there's a reason they're working in film. They are creative people who are who are choosing to undergo the absolutely Herculean task of creating an entire film out of absolutely nothing. I'm Charlie Monroe. I was the screenwriter, one of the directors, and an executive producer on Biters and Bleeders.
Charlie was great as a director.
I really felt that she trusted us as crew members to make the best decision for how to make the shot happen.
You could just feel like a creative energy and a professionalism like emitting from Charlie.
It was really beautiful. You know, people would ask her questions about, how should we set up this shot, or where do you want, them to be, or how do you want this to look, or things like that. And she would sort of take in the information and she'd say like, okay, here's what I want it to be, here's how I want it to feel. That makes, me as a sound mixer feel like I'm contributing to the film. And I'm sure it went the same way for everyone else who was working on it too.
Collaboration is just important for the entire project, from the sound to the visuals to the editing.
I thought it was very exciting to see Charlie direct, partly because I had seen Charlie act before and take direction, but I hadn't seen Charlie as a director.
Sometimes new directors kind of fumble between scenes or setups, especially if it's like, oh, we need to tweak this scene between this setup and this setup. And there weren't any hitches, there was nothing that really slowed us down or anything like that. So I think she did a great job.
Charlie had a very calming presence.
I remember there was one scene in particular we were shooting, and it was a hard scene for me personally to get to because it was it's a scene where there's a lot of emotions that are bubbling up. But she used a very precise dialogue and energy with me, and it spoke to the creative part of me, honestly, and it was so special. There's very few times when you get to connect with someone on that level.
If you have a dozen people on set with you, you have a dozen people who have, I almost guarantee you, they've written their own projects, or they've designed sets for theater, or whatever job they're in on the set, I promise you there are other things they're also interested in and other things they have experience doing. So I think that you're just leaving a lot on the table if you insist on controlling everything yourself.